Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. And as you can see, we have another bumper haul video for you, another crop of wonderful finds that I've managed to find over the last sort of about 10 days, on and off, various different sources, charity shops, second-hand stores, and one or two online purchases. So I'll just get the table set, and then we'll go through and see what we got. First group, not in any particular order, just as we go along, I'll just dig them out of the pile and explain how I got them. First up, we've got a couple of books. Was in a local charity shop in town, and they were doing free items for £1. The actual first thing that I found was Japanese anime, The Little Norse Prince. So I picked that up. Case wasn't very good, but I managed to swap that over, pop that in a brand new case. Disc is alright, that's all in mint condition, so pick that up first of all. And then there wasn't anything else sort of DVD related wise, but I had a look on the second-hand books and managed to find a copy of James Clavell's King Rat, Cornet books. I think this is probably 80s or late 70s that this was printed. This one 1982. There we go. That's had a movie adaptation to it, in print in one of their adventure box sets, which released on Blu-ray. King Rat, World War II story involving soldiers in a Japanese prisoner of war camp, from the same author who brought Shogun. If you'd seen a previous video that I did, you would have seen the Shogun TV series box set that I managed to pick up for £1 recently. And the other thing they had there which caught my eye was Salvage for the Saint, the 50th Saint novel. Excellent condition. This I think dates back from probably about a similar period. Oh, a couple of years later, 1985. I think this actually, when I checked up online, ties in with the Return of the Saint, the Ian Ogilvy TV series, because I think it adapts basically into book form a two-part story, which appeared in the Ian Ogilvy series. So we had two books first of all, and an animated DVD, and I say that was free for £1, so that wasn't bad going. Okay, let's grab out the next couple of bits and pieces. Back in a tick. Right, okay, now we've got the next group of bits. Also on the same day when I found those free for £1 items, went into a couple of the other charity shops locally and picked up a few bits and pieces. Picked up a TV series that I'd never heard of before, Brave Eagle, as it says on the cover, Lost TV Western Classic. Didn't know anything about it. Went in one of the charity shops and they were doing their usual 3 for £1, 4 for £1, so kind of just picked that up and thought, okay, I'm going to give it a go, see what it is, find out some information about it, save it from being put in the bin. If we can save things, it's always good. Yeah, thought I'd find out about that and see what that was about. Old science fiction, we got Logan's Run. I do have a copy of Logan's Run, but it's not in very great condition. The disc is a little bit scratched. The actual inlay card of the one I've got isn't very, very good. So in picking this up in a group of other films is kind of sort of like upgrading the copy that I've already got, and so just thought I'd pick that up. and this one has got a few bonus features on there, so it'd be interesting to see what we've got there. Yeah, so copy of Logan's Run. Then I found we got Angels 1-5, British World War II drama. Thought I'd pick that up. I do believe I've actually seen this on Talking Pictures TV, if it's the film that I think it is, which is about this gentleman here, played by John Gregson, who turns up at Air Force Base. He's seen as like a bit of a bad luck charm, and they don't kind of want him there, they don't kind of like him there. And obviously, of course, he then builds up from there, and after some heroics becomes part of the team. I think it's got that kind of story, if it's the one that I think it is, if it's the film I think it is. Yeah, so thought I'd pick that up, give that a go. Then classic children's TV, a bit of Campbell Wick Green. Yeah, complete collection, all 13 episodes digitally restored. Remember watching this loads as a kid, back in the day. And you can also get the other collections, which is Trumpton and Chigley. Chigley I don't remember at all, but Trumpton, of course, another classic, which always was shown about the same time as Campbell Wick Green. So for classic TV collection, classic children's TV collection that I'm sort of putting together, that was really a must, really, for £1. And I'll just move these out of the way because we've got a box set. A little while ago, I did a haul video where I think it was the big summer haul video, actually, where I found Blake 7 Series 1 box set. Well, this past week found Blake 7 Series 2 box set. All the discs are very clean, very tidy. I didn't have room in the shop to open out the whole thing, so unfortunately I did discover that, unfortunately, part of the danger of these plastic cases that they do, these box sets, unfortunately you got a crack on that one, and unfortunately the last two got cracked, seriously cracked down the side there and down the side there. But so that was a little bit disappointing when I got home. But to be perfectly honest, at £3 or £3.50, I'm not going to complain. The money went to a charitable cause, and at the moment it means I've got Series 2, so that just leaves me Series 3 and 4 to get, and then if I find another one of these at a cheap enough price, I can always pass this one on and go from there. So that was pretty handy to find, just a sort of random find that I managed to come across. Right, okay, we picked up some networks this week from various different sources. The first one, Elstree Calling, which director Alfred Hitchcock worked on early on in his career. That one's actually a new one. I picked that up from Amazon. It was on a reduced price. I had it on my wants list, so I thought I'd pick that up and put that in the Alfred Hitchcock collection. One I picked up myself during the week in charity shop, Mine Own Executioner. Know nothing about this film. Stars Burgess Meredith. Also has John Laurie there, who Dad's Army fans will know as Fraser from Dad's Army. Burgess Meredith stars as Felix Mullane, a lay psychiatrist in post-war London who is enlisted to treat Adam Lucian, a fighter pilot deeply traumatised by his experiences in Japanese prisoner of war. Beguiled by emotional problems, Mullane embodies the mixture of dedication, self-distrust and self-criticism that characterises someone with a general vocation for the psychiatrist's work, but he is qualified to treat a patient. Is he qualified to treat a patient as disturbed as Adam? So yeah, 1947, that one. Also has released in conjunction with BFI as well. So found that, and it was on a Blu-ray as well, so even a bonus. My wife was out at the weekend and out and about, and she discovered some networks. She was having a look and she found some networks for me. She found George and Mildred, complete series 1, first series. Excellent. The case wasn't too great, but I've since replaced that on this, and absolutely fine. So a bit of classic comedy there. She also found Brand New and Sealed, although I've had to open it up because one of the discs was loose inside and rattling around. Richard III, special edition. And I have got this already, but my one was a second-hand copy. So now that I've got this one, which was a brand new one, as I say, and was still sealed, then I will trade it in for something else. And then the last one from the network group that got found by my wife was a film called 2 Days in New York. Don't know anything about that. Probably not my kind of film. But it is a network one, so there may be a market for that for me to sort of trade it in with another network collector or something at a later stage. So that was some networks that I managed to find this week, or rather my wife did. So we'll pop those to one side and again find the next couple of bits and pieces. Okay, got 2 fairly recent films. We had a little bit of a garage safari type thing in the local area last weekend. I wasn't going to bother to go out and have a look, but the weather wasn't too bad and I was up early. I went to one end of the street and somebody had some DVDs. Most of which were ones that I got for 25p just to reuse the cases because they were all still sealed. And then I went to the other end of the high street and somebody else was selling some DVDs, and this is where I picked up Dune Part 2. That was £1. So that's literally just going to be something that I'll probably watch and then pass on. But the main one in their new selection of films that they had was, as you can see, Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, which I know is a film that my wife wants to see as well. So I picked that up, and it's actually a 2-disc edition. It's got the film on 1 disc, and then there's disc 2, which has special features on it. So I was pretty glad to manage to pick up that for £1 each on those 2. So 2 new films for £1 each. Can't go wrong. There we go. Okay, and then we just got one more little thing to do in this section. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Cross the 8th Dimension. A chap called Nick Hills, who has a eBay shop and a YouTube channel, does a lot of videos where he goes out and finds bits and pieces and then does reselling on the internet. He picked up in a sale somewhere and posted on the video that he had a copy of this, and he was going to be putting it online. So I sent him a quick message to say, hey, I'm interested in that. So I got it for a really good price considering the second-hand market for Arrow, and I believe this is now out of print, actually, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. Blu-ray, as I said, this is the booklet edition. Has the booklet and a little booklet, which is in really good condition actually for second hand. A little bit of wear on the side, but you kind of expect a little bit like that. And yeah, there we are. So the nice booklet edition there. Disc is very good, case is very good as well. So, oh, forgot the card. Let's put that back in a minute. And pick that up again. As I say, that was another internet-based purchase. Okay, we'll leave that there for the moment, but I do have some other bits and pieces which I've got to sort out, which I may tag on the end of this video in a moment. So stick with it. You may see some brief run through some DVDs. Managed to pick up a few along the way the rest of the week, so I'll just quickly go through them and show you what I managed to pick up. As we can see, top of the shop we have Hellboy the Collection, Hellboy and Hellboy 2 The Golden Army, 4-disc box set in a steelbook. Again, hit or miss with steelbooks, take them or leave them, but as it was a sci-fi fantasy comic book one, and the steelbook's in really good condition, and it was the flavour of the month. It was only £1, so I picked that up and brought that home. During the week, when I was having lunch break, popped into one of our local charity shops nearby where I work and spotted these. I originally saw them a day or so earlier, but I thought, I don't know anything about them, and I'll leave them. The collection is big enough as it is, and I've got enough of a backlog to watch. And then I thought, well, if they're there when I go back in a few days, no one else has got them, I'll pick them up. The certain charity shop that I went to, they only do them for like 25p, sort of 50p each type of things. They were both there. One had a ripped case, but I had some spare cases from previous purchases at charity shops, so I've put them in 2 nice new cases. This one, Cat in Paris says it's Oscar nominated, so might just be worth a look. I believe them to be French films. They have either an English audio track, or you can have the original French audio track with English subtitles, which is probably what I'll probably do. Is I'll probably watch it in the original French with the English subtitles. I have no worries about watching something in its original language and having a bit of a read whilst watching a film. And I also managed to pick up Sam Peckinpah film, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. I remember seeing Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid many years ago. My dad was a big fan of it. As a kid, it was one of the lesser interesting ones for me of Sam Peckinpah's run of films, but this one I saw was the 2-disc edition, as it says there, and it's got a couple of different versions of it. It's got a couple of different cuts. It's got 2005 special edition, and then it's got something called the Turner Preview version from 1988. So that was 50p and not £1. So I picked that up and brought that along as well. So I thought I'd have a little look at that and maybe reevaluate it. Maybe watch both versions, or maybe have a little bit of research and see what that other version is about, and go from there and see what the general consensus of which is the better version to watch, and have a reevaluation of that film. Okay, that was the DVDs extras that I picked up, so let's have a look at some more. Okay, next up we got some comic books. Found some comics this week as well. Went into one of my more regular charity shops that I used to go in, although these days I go in there a little less now because they've given up doing certain physical media, unfortunately Blu-ray and DVDs, which is a shame. So I don't go in there as often as I did, but I do pop my head round the door and have a look occasionally, and they do get some comic book stuff in from time to time. They had a pile of new bits and pieces in, so I had a brief rummage through on my lunch break. Managed to find the Futurans by Dave Cockrum. Dave Cockrum, a lot of people will know from his work and time on the X-Men. So picked these two up. They were in one bag together as a single item. So these were £2. It's not a series I know myself. It looks like it's from about the 1980s. So I haven't had a chance this week to have a look and see how many issues there were. But I will sort of have a quick brief look on the internet and see if there's any history I can grab of the series. That was issue 2, and we got issue 3. So, we got a date there in 1985 in the bottom corner there. Yeah, so I'll have a read of that. Does mean I got to track down number 1 to get the sort of start of the series, but hopefully that won't be too difficult or too expensive to do. As I say, I haven't researched anything about these yet, but I will have a look. So pick those up first of all, and then managed to find 1 to 11 of the Dan Slott FF series. So we've got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. You have to forgive me for the lighting at this stage. It's a little bit later in the evening. We've got number 5, which in the sort of continuity of the issues is actually issue number 650. We've got number 6, number 7, which says that it's a variant edition. Okay. And number 8, number 9, number 10, and number 11 there. So 1 to 11. It was really good to actually pick up a nice complete sort of run. Trouble is with charity shops is that they don't always get series in complete runs. They did have the 1986-87 DC Flash Gordon Maxi series, which was a 9-part series. They had something like 4 to 9 or 3 to 9, and they didn't have number 1 and 2. That is always a problem with charity shops. They don't always, as I say, have a complete run. Sometimes they will have like 2 or 3 issues and you haven't quite got the full story. But when I saw and had a hunt through and found that they had, I actually found 11 down to, I think, number 3, and in a different pile I found number 1 and 2. So as soon as I saw they had a nice run, I thought I'll grab those. They were £2 each, which wasn't bad. So with the Dave Cockrum one, that would have made about £24. But the lady behind the counter knew me as a regular customer, so she just said, "Oh, we'll just call it £20 for the lot." So I was happy with that. And when you think about the price of trade paperbacks these days, I've got about 2 trade paperbacks worth there. And what's the average price of a trade paperback? It's almost about, must be about £15. It's been a long time since I bought a trade paperback, although I must admit I did buy recently the Absolute Batman trade paperback, which is in one of my short videos of my weekly sort of new stuff pickups. So yeah, so if you imagine that, say you average £15 for a trade paperback, to get 2 trade paperbacks worth is probably going to cost you close on to nearly £30 just for 2 trade paperbacks. For £20 I've got that many comics there. So anyway, that was a bunch of comics that I managed to pick up this week as well. Okay, I don't know if there'll be any more. Never know what's going to turn up, so we'll just wait and see. And if there's anything else, I'll add it to this video, which will probably be the Sunday video this week. So hope you stay tuned and see if I pick up any more. Well, as of recording this episode, near the end of the week, just literally finished work on Saturday evening, and during the course of the day, out at lunchtime, I did have a bit of a wander and did find a couple of bits and pieces. picked up for 79p a copy of The Scarlet Pimpernel and The Return of the Scarlet Pimpernel. The Scarlet Pimpernel I actually do have already on DVD as a network release, but I saw that this was a 2-film presentation of both the film The Scarlet Pimpernel and its sequel, 1934 and 1937 respectively. So I thought I'd pick that up solely on the purpose for having the second film, and for the 79 pence I thought that was a good deal. Picked up DVD of Car Wash. My wife is collecting sort of like musicals, all forms of sort of musicals, and I saw this, same shop, 79 pence again. Case is a little bit grubby, a little bit worn, but I got a new case that I can quite easily put that in, so I've picked that up for her. Then I got a very early musical. This is a Region 1 disc actually, 3 Little Words with Fred Astaire. It's got some special features on there. Yes, thought I'd pick that up for her, another one for her early musical selection. I stopped into one of the other charity shops that I go into and found a copy, 2-disc edition of the Beatles documentary, 8 Days a Week, the touring years. I think this was about £4. Decided to pick it up as it's got a nice little booklet inside. Let's take that out carefully. Quick flick through that. Lots of imagery and pictures. Have seen this documentary. It's been on one of the documentary channels, Sky Documentaries, that we get on the TV system that we have, and I've seen it a couple of times, and it's an interesting documentary. So I thought I'd pick that up. For £4, I thought it was worth saving. So not a bad little presentation of the documentary. So nice little slipcase presentation. Disc 1, the documentary, and then disc 2 has got over 100 minutes of special features. So pick that up as well. So okay, so we had that and a couple of musicals for the wife and Scarlet Pimpernel double bill. Just move those to one side. And then we got the St. Trinian's films. As you can see, for £1 each. I think these may be missing their slipcase because they are labelled as disc 1 and disc 2. So I think these may have come in a slipcase at some point. But as they were only the £1 each, I thought I'd pick those up. I have been interested in these St. Trinian films. Again, classic British cinema. Obviously they've been on TV loads, but it was just nice to sort of pick them up. You got 4 films on 2 discs, hopefully being released by Studio Canal. They normally have good prints. Obviously I know that there was an 80s, I think there was an 80s sequel, but I'm not too bothered about that. And then I think there was a 2007 remake, if I remember correctly. Obviously drop a note in the comments if that's right or wrong. But these are the originals. We've got, just quickly go through them, The Bells of St. Trinian's, Blue Murder at St. Trinian's, The Pure Hell of St. Trinian's, and The Great St. Trinian's Train Robbery. That's a lot of St. Trinian's to get tongue-tied around. But there we go. So got those as well. today. And last but no means least, what came in the post was Diana Rigg biography, The Life and Career of Diana Rigg, One Tough Dame. I got this off the internet. I think it was an Amazon purchase, but it wasn't Amazon themselves. It was a seller on Amazon. I didn't realise when I actually ordered the book that it was all coming all the way from America, actually. It had a reduced price on it. I think it was something like about £10 or something like that. Don't know if we've got an actual price of the actual book, but it's been a biography that I've wanted to pick up to read for some time. I've been watching the price online and gradually saw that a seller had it reduced down. It was the last copy that was available at the reduced price. So there's the lovely lady herself, and the obligatory middle section of stills from her films and productions. So there we go. Interesting read that's going to be, I hope. So just a few little odds and ends just to finish off with, and that should be everything for this haul. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I do more haul videos. On my channel there is also playlists. If you're only interested in haul videos and love watching haul videos, there is a playlist where my previous hauls are listed, so always go and check them out. Thank you very much, and mind how you all go, and I'll catch you in the next haul video and the next Wednesday video. Not too sure what the subject of that will be. Okay, bye for now.